everybody, Justin Worden here with What's New in Electronics. We are on the floor of SMTA Guadalajara 2025. I am sitting down with my good friend, Shantanu Joshi from Koki. How you doing, man?
Good. Thank you, Justin. Thank
Yeah,
you for having me.
I've been trying to get you in this seat for so long, but unfortunately, this young man decided to start a family, and congratulations are in order on your beautiful baby.
Thank you so much.
Now,
Appreciate it.
let's dig into work because we got to pay the bills, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about what's new. What's happening over at Koki right now?
So we have a couple of products that we have been working with for last 6 to 8 months. So one of the product is basically we call it a zero flux residue solder paste designed for power electronics. So the best part about the paste is that entire flux evaporates in a formic acid vacuum reflow. So you don't need to do any cleaning, but you can actually start doing the plastic molding after the process is complete.
Now, how are people adopting that into their process? Because that's a pretty big change. Is that something people are kind of hesitant about? Because in the past, Koki, what you guys are known for, you're very innovative. You like to shake things up a little bit and bring in some new product. But that people like to do things the way they know how. So they're put up a wall a little bit.
So great question. So there are a couple of things that people are already doing. So for example, they're using preforms, for example, and they are using a formic acid reflow when they are using a preforms, or using a flux and cleaning it. So meaning there is mostly the infrastructure is there. The only thing that they have to adapt is instead of putting a preform, they need to cut a stencil, print the paste, and reflow. So not only they are gonna not have to clean, but obviously there is no residue, as well as it can be still reflowed in formic acid so that the plastic molding can be done exactly after the reflow.
So other than all the technical standpoint, everything that you just mentioned that only a few people that are watching this probably understand, what is the actual overall benefit? Are we trying to save them time? Are we trying to cut down on processes? Are we trying to speed up the throughput?
Again, a great question. So one of the things why this technology is important is because when we are talking about preforms, the initial cost of a preform is very high. So the designers are kind of bound by limits as to what die size they can use. So now with this technology, the only thing that they need is to cut a stencil. So they don't have any limits as to what design they need to incorporate in an IGBT or a MOSFET. So that basically opens a lot of doors for designers that they don't need to think, they can actually think outside the box and basically decide like, hey, I need a die size of 25 by 45. But right now the preform initial cost is so high that I cannot do that economically. But with our technology, they just need a stencil to be cut and then start printing. So
Yeah, I mean, that definitely is an industry need right now because as so many people are becoming more and more extravagant with their board design, so many times the board design process is completed and you get into printing that first board and you realize it just won't work.
exactly. Yep. So the design for manufacturing is also one of the key issues that we face on day-to-day basis. So not only talking about what designers can actually do, but is it actually manufacturable to make millions of boards? So that's also a very important topic these days.
Well, now we understand the benefit on the front side with the design, but let's talk about once you go into manufacturing. How is the compatibility working with all the different pieces of equipment and the systems that they already have put in place online?
So right, so this technology you will have to invest to have a formic acid vacuum reflow, which is not really a standard piece of equipment on a standard SMT floor. So we are targeting customers who already are doing preforms or basically using a flux and cleaning it, who may already have a formic acid vacuum reflow. But there are multiple manufacturers in this segment who are launching the piece of equipment which is needed. So the initial cost may be a little bit high, but the ROI can be very rewarding.
Well, and just the freedom to design the board the way you want to, because again, the customer, your customer has a customer as well, and
Exactly.
and that's typically where we see quite a bit of back and forth, because the person designing it, they're intimately attached to that product, and they want it to come out the way they design it, but once that Gerber file gets put into the system, it doesn't always work. So that is where you're truly offering your customer a solution where they can finally go and say, hey, we work with Koki because it allows you to do what you want to do.
Absolutely.
So let's wrap this up. I don't think we needed to say any more big words than that, or at least I'm going to try to say big words. But how can people get a hold of you? What's the website? What's the best way?
So I appreciate the opportunity to be here on WNIE. So the website for our company is koki-global.com. My name is Shantanu Joshi. You can reach out to me at shantanu@kokiamerica.com or sales@kokiamerica.com. Thank you.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.